कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
ओम नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Now we enter a new chapter, Maitreya Uvacha. Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. A new story. But again, we are not reading story here, we are reading philosophy. Maitreya Uvacha Sanakadya Naradascha Rivo Hamso Rinoryatihi Nahite Grihan Brahma Suta Hi Avasan Urdhva Pretasaha. The great sage Maitreya said the four great Kumara headed by the Sanaka as well as Narada, Ribhu, Hamsa, Aruni and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home but became Urdhvareta or Naistika Brahmachari, unadulterated celibate. So who are they? We know about the four Kumaras, the Narada, Ribhu, Hamsa, Aruni, Yati. Some list he has given. These are all Naistika Brahmacharis. Now, very important principle, instead of allowing the semen to be driven downward, they used to leave the semen after the brain. Now, nowadays, they tell the doctors this, who? Our hormones? You're denying the needs of the body, our hormones. This is not denying animal needs. A human being can come out of the needs of the animal if he wants. Prabhupada used to say, prove you're a human being by controlling your senses. You have the power if you want. An animal can say, I cannot control my senses. That's simple. But human being can control. Particularly first 25 years, strictly everybody has to observe brahmacharya. And after that, if he likes, he can marry or he can continue to be a brahmachari. They are called urdhva reta, those who lift up. Semen is so important that by yogic process, one can lift the semen after the brain. So semen is a subtle energy. What is a subtle energy? Gross way it is manifested. But it's a subtle energy and it can actually rejuvenate a personality, increase his life, and go to the brain instead of throwing down. If by yogic process one can lift the semen up to the brain, it can perform wonderful work. Even Prabhupada used to calculate it medically to form one drop of semen, so much blood is used. So if somebody can throwing what to say, a bottle of blood on the ground, it is useless, no, stupid. So people are stupid only. But lift the semen up to the brain, he can perform wonderful work. Once memory is enabled to act very swiftly and the duration of life is increased. So person lives long, his brain is sharp, and obviously common sense, his mind is very controlled, he's very happy, intelligent. But this is called brahmacharya training today. There is no training in society. Out of the many sons of Brahma, the brahmachari sons headed by Sanaka and Narada did not marry at all. They have better things to do. They're not denying the basic needs of the human body. They had better things to do. That's all the whole principle. And therefore, there is no question of narrating the history of their descendants. So there is no thing like his son and all over. They never married. Another son of Brahma was irreligious. Now, this is very interesting. Whose wife's name was Falsity. From their combination was born two demons, Damba and bluffing, Maya or cheating. These two demons were taken by a demon named Niriti, which has no children. So you can read the shloka itself. Mrisha dharmasya bharyasin damba mayam cha shuta Shatruhan Asuta Mithunam Tattu Dhiritri Jagre Aprajaha. So they're all different Sanskrit words. You can learn the meaning. Niriti. Okay. They are born at different capacity according to karma, even though their father is originally Brahma, who is the exalted qualitative incarnation of personality of God. So the irreligion, everything will come from Brahma in this world. Tayor sambhaval lobho nikritischa mahamate tabhyam krodascha himsacha yaduk durukiti swashakalihi. Veda told Vidura, O great soul, from Dhamma and Maya were born greed and Nikriti or cunning. From the combination came children named Krodha, anger, and Himsa, envy. And from the combination are born Kali and his sister Durukti, harsh speech. So harsh speech, envy, anger, all these are another set of creation. O great of the all men, the combination of Kali and harsh speech are born children named Mrityu, death, and Bhiti, fear. From the combination Mrityu and Bhiti came children named Yatana, excessive pain, Yatana, and Niraya, hell. Sangrahena maya khyataha pratisarga stavanaga 3. Shrutvaitat puman punyam vidhunoti atmano malam. My dear Viduras summarily explained the cause of devastation. One who hears this description 3 times attains piety and washes sinful contamination from the soul. So when you hear these things are bad and understand these things are bad, you try to keep yourself away. So this also helps you to purify yourself. The creation takes from the basis of goodness and devastation takes from the basis of irreligion. And that is the way of material creation, devastation. If a person is pious and hears about these causes of devastation, he'll feel hatred for all this. That will cause advancement in the life of piety. Good. We should learn to despise all the causes of devastation, beginning from irreligion and cheating, and that will help able to make advancement in the life of piety. So we should know these are bad things and come out. Atata kirtaye vamsham punya kirte gurundvaha swayambhuvasyapi manuho hare amsha janmanaha. Maitreya continued, O best of the Kuridani, I now describe before you the descendants of the Swayambhuva Manu, who was born of a part of the plenary expansion of the personality God. And now these are Manu to Swayambhuva Manu, and then there is one more life, Uttanapada. So I'm going to tell about that. Maitreya already described the descendant impious activity within anger, envy, unpalatable speech, quarrel, fear, and death. Purposely, therefore, in explaining the history of the life of Dhruva Maharaj, the most pious king within the universe. Priyavato Uttanapada Shatarupa Pate Sutau Vasudevasya Kalaya Rakshayam Jagatah Sitau. Swayambhuva Manu had 2 sons by his wife Shatarupa, and the names of sons of Uttanapada and Priyavata, because both of them were descended of pretty expansion of Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality Godhead. They were very competent to rule the universe, to maintain, protect the citizens. So they are specially empowered both the sons by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Jaya Uttanapadasya Suniti Surichestayo Surichi Preyasi Pratyo Netare Yathasutod Vaha. King Uttanapada had 2 queens, Suniti and Surichi. Surichi was very much more dear to the king. Suniti, who had a son named Dhruva, was not his favorite. Now the narration started of the causes of Dhruva leaving home. So actually, first son was Swayambhuva and next was Uttanapada. But he was so keen to tell about Dhruva's life, he reversed the order. First he is telling about Dhruva. Okay. But Grace and Maitreya immediately began speaking of Dhruva Maharaj, the son of Uttana, because Maitreya eager to describe the pious activity. The incident life of Dhruva Maharaj is very attractive for the devotees. People generally know. By hearing the activity of the pious Dhruva, one can enhance one's faith in the God and one can directly connect with the Supreme Personality of God. And thus, one can very soon elevate it to the transcendental platform of devotional service. The example of Dhruva Maharaj's austerities can immediately generate a feeling of devotional service in the heart of the hearer. Basically, the success story, how he could see the darshan of the Lord and showed so much devotion even at a small age. We can encourage anybody. Ekada Suriche Putram Ankam Aropya Lalayan Uttamam Naru Rukshantam Dhruvam Rajabhayanandata. Once upon a time, King Uttanapada was patting the son of Surichi, Uttama, placing him on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the king's lap. but the king did not very much welcome him. So once upon a time, King Uttanapada was patting the son of Surichi, Uttama. And Surichi, Uttama had climbed on the lap, so sitting on the lap. He had two wives, Surichi, Suniti, and he was very attached to Surichi and neglecting Surichi. Suniti he was neglecting. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the king's lap. So he saw our father is sitting. I think many of you know that instance. So two sons he is having, Uttama and Dhruva. Uttama is the son of Surichi and Dhruva is the son of Suniti. Surichi was very attached to Surichi and he was neglecting Suniti. That's the whole thing caused. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the lap of king's lap, but king did not very much welcome him. While the child Dhruva, Tatha Chikeshamanam Tam, Shapnaya Tanayam Dhruvam, Surichi Shanvato Ragnaha, Seshayam Ahati Garvita. While the child Dhruva Maharaj was trying to get on the lap of his father, Surichi, the stepmother, became very envious of the child, and with great pride she began to speak as to be heard by the king himself. Without any shame, she spoke some hard word. Okay? So Prabhupada is saying the feminine nature is everywhere present. Prabhupada said the woman understands the husband regarded her as his favorite, especially affectionate to her, she takes undue advantage. See, this is everywhere. Basically, the point is this. If you are attached, then that person in your family will take advantage of you. Attachment is a sign of weakness. Affection is great. Attachment is a sign of weakness. Like children nowadays, they will have one child at home, very attached. They'll not hear one criticism of the child. He may be a bum. They'll not hear. He is great. He is come from Vaikuntha. He is my Krishna. All the stupid thing. And child will come spoiled. Like Dhritarashtra spoiled Duryodhana. Most of the parents are like that only. Just they don't know how to bring up a child. Just spoil him, that's all. And the person, Duryodhana, like was taking full advantage. He knew father is attached to him. He can do whatever he wants. He'll not say anything. Same way, if you're attached to your wife, she'll make you dance like a dog. So that's what is happening here. We should not have attachment. We should have affection. Well-wish should be there. Attachment is weakness. Navatsa nirprate dhishnyam bhavan arodhu arhati. What they say? Henpecked husband. Na grihetu maya tattvam yatvam kokshav api nipatmajaha. Queen Surichi told Dhruva Maharaj, my dear child, you do not deserve to sit on the throne or the lap of the king. Surely you are also the son or the king, but because you did not take birth from my womb, you are not qualified to sit on the father's lap. At this, if he is attached to the wife, that's what he behaves. Helpless. He knows it's wrong, but I can't say anything. But if he has proper wisdom and he has only affection, then he will take his wife to task. Nonsense, rubbish, you speak like this. But he can't. He is totally attached, weak. Balo asi batanatmanam anya sri garbha samvritam nunam veda bhavanyasya durlabhe arte manorataha. My dear child, you are unaware that you are born not from my womb but of another woman. Therefore, you should know that your attempt doomed to failure. You are trying to fulfill a desire which is impossible to fulfill. The small child Dhruva Maharaj is naturally affectionate toward his father, and he did not know there is a distinction between the two mothers. Small children, they don't know distinction to houses itself. You have seen interesting. You're traveling in a train. In the front, somebody is having a small child. He looks at you. And whatever you have, he wants to have it. He doesn't know there is mera ghar, uska ghar. They're so cute. Their eyes are so pure. Hana? They like to play with anybody. They don't know it is my house, my possession, his possession. But such sweetness then can be trained and he should go up. Rather today, children are considered the image of God because they only go down. After that, whatever they had, they only become worse and worse. No samskaras training. tapasāradhya purusham tasyaivanugrihena me garbhe tvam sadayatmanam yatichhasi nipasanam. If you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you will have to undergo severe austerities. First of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. And then you are favored by him because such a worship, you will have to take your next birth from my womb. Okay? So you undergo severe austerities and you satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. And when you are favored by him, then you take next birth from my womb. So basically, first of all, you should die, then take blessing of God to do all this, then take next body in her womb. So you have to do a lot of tapasya first, then you should satisfy the Supreme Lord, then you get his blessing, then take your next birth in my womb, and then you can do what you're wanting to sit on the throne. Now, so political she's taking. He just wants to sit on the father's lap, but she's taking, oh, you want to sit on the throne? All less politics. Maitreya uvacha matu sapnataya sadurukti viddaha swashanrusha danda hato yatahihi hitva mishantam pitaram sanavacham jagmamatupur praduran sakasham. The sage Maitreya continued, mighty Vidura, as a snake was struck by a stick, breathes very heavily. Like that, Dhruva started breathing. Dhruva Maharaj, having been struck by the strong word of the stepmother, began to breathe very heavily because of great anger. When he saw that the father was silent, did not protest, he immediately left the palace and went to his mother. So you could see the father should have protected, he was scolded with the stupid wife of his, but he is so attached to her, attached and weak. He knows he's wrong, but not able to say anything, helpless. And he left the place. And then you know what is going to happen. That has happened tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.